Just another, another fine outing for Paul. Mixed his pitches up again. Again, was very effective at the glove side against a lot of the right-handed hitters. Was able to spin the ball through some nice change-ups. Two-seamer came into play when he wanted to. But I still think what's opening things up for him all over the place is the ability to work the ball to the glove side. You got some strikes in there. You get on top of counts. You got some outs in there. So good for him and good for us.
How tough was the decision there to pull him? He flew through the 7.
Absolutely tough. I mean, those are the toughest ones you have to make, you know. You look back, you send him out, and he scores a run, you left him in too long, you take him out, and the next guy gives up runs, you made a mistake. I mean, that's just the life of what you do when you manage. What I was hoping for is with his velocity and the left-hand angle to bring in some right-handed thumb and, some velocity. I've seen a bunch of guys, pitch behind guys that are more finesse-type pitchers, and you can bring in a reliever, and it really changes the whole real estate part of the plate for the guys that have been facing like a guy like Paul for 2-3 at-bats, and then you bring in a right-handed guy that can go mid-90s. Unfortunately for Jose, the walk to start it off. And then another ground ball works its way through. It pretty much replicated some of the last outing that he had. Play of the games from Tabata after that when Wood comes in. And then Woody got the next out. Turn it over to Joel, and Joel just continues, to just pound the zone. The fastball command tonight was excellent. He went up top when he wanted to go up top, and just very aggressive after hitters.
Was this one of those situations you mentioned there at Ferris where you could tell early on that it wasn't quite going to be his night?
Well, it's always problematic when you walk the leadoff guy in a close ball game late, and sometimes you just don't think things are working. I sure didn't draw up the double play, the sliding catch in left field, and the throw out there. I mean, that was good defensive work by Jose. But the message is out there. We don't want to walk people late in a game like that. And come in, Jose, that's the last thing he wants to do as well. And what we've had the fortune of having, we've got some different options out there to pick people up when they don't get it done. It's about all of us, and it's going to take all of us to make the kind of strides and the kind of progress that we believe we're going to make.
Well, you haven't seen him a whole lot, but he just seems unfazed by whatever situation is like.
Well, you've seen a short volume. He's got some big league experience. I also think he's very motivated. He might be the most motivated he's ever. I don't know that. He just seems to be motivated. The opportunity to come over here, he had some history with one of our pitching coaches in Florida, Scott Mitchell. Felt it was a very good opportunity. Did everything was asked of him in AAA and pitched very, very efficiently at the end. So, what you try and do is present them with an opportunity, because that's what they've been dreaming about. That's what they've been looking for, and then it's up to them to move upon it. Some guys move upon it quicker than others. And we're happy, obviously, to have him in play right now, because he does seem to have a slower heartbeat in the higher leverage situations, which is something you need.
You mentioned this afternoon feeling comfortable putting McHenry in there with Paul's experience. But still, how impressive was it for him to come catch a guy he's never caught before, and also to throw to second?
Well, what did you see? I mean, I thought he was able to get on the same page with Paul with the game plan. There wasn't a whole lot of shaking that went on the mound. One of the things you look for all the time when a new catcher hooks up the first time with the pitcher is how much shaking is going on. Wasn't a lot of shaking going on. They seem to get in a good rhythm. He's got a great, he has a really good target back there. Obviously, he's not tall to start with, but then when he gets down and presents his target, it's a nice target. Receives the ball well, and he's the kind of catcher that can steal some strikes. Block the ball efficiently tonight as well. And, he takes a whack at it up at the plate. He gets a swing off. So another catcher, as Wyatt did for us a few days ago, he comes in. He's a big part of why we won the game tonight.
Clint, we saw a couple of good defensive plays. You speak to the importance that play Wood and Tabata made in this game.
Well, we got to play good defense. It's one of the things that our guys take pride in. Nick is with these guys every day doing specialty work. Actually, with Brandon, we worked a little bit more on his setup. He's had a tendency in the past to set up higher at short, getting a little lower crouch at third base, getting ready for anticipation of ball, and it actually slows him down with his first step, because his first move is back up. The past few days, we've just tried to reacclimate him to staying up the same way he does it short. It was a great first step, crossover first step, and layout, the throw from his knees, efficient turn by Walker. We know we got to play defense. You know, we're not going to beat the ball all over the yard very often, and I like the way we're playing baseball right now. We're pitching, we're playing defense. You always want to score more runs, but we're scratching out at bats. Yesterday was a very disappointing day for our offense. The ability to counterpunch or make an adjustment, I thought we had better at bats across the board tonight. And you know, Walker comes up with 2 RBIs and a big swing from Brandon as well. So it was a nice finish to the homestand.
Do you think there's a better closer in the game right now than Joe Henry?
My view's limited. I think there's still 1 or 2 guys out there that have converted all their save opportunities, I believe. So, you know, I'll take our guy. I'm good with our guy, real good with our guy. So I don't get to see everybody else. But as far as coming in and finishing off games, you could not ask for any more than what he has done so far. And it's built because I know there was a time in spring training when he was working through some things. He was cutting some teeth out there. And now that the season's opened up, he goes through the better part of their lineup tonight. He's had that a few times. So he's growing, his confidence is growing.
Do you think it's helped Paul to pitch in so many close games this season?
Help who?
Paul Mahal to pitch in so many close games.
You know, it can help a pitcher. I think it can help more a veteran pitcher than it can a younger pitcher. I think sometimes pitchers, you know, they're afraid, they don't want to make a mistake. There's not a big room for error and a large safety net to work with. In Paul's case, he's seen a lot. You know, he's done a lot. He's thrown a lot of innings. I know for a fact that he's really comfortable with the way he's pitching now. I don't think a lot of the outside noise or anything else that's going on has really distracted him. He's focused on getting people out. And again, he wanted to stay in tonight. Most pitchers do, but he really wanted to stay in tonight. That's when it gets hard. Because what's your argument? You know? And we didn't even talk about it. We'll have that conversation another time. But you got to like the way he's pitched for us this year.